So you beautiful people, it's Trakky and welcome back to the channel. So let's get the elephant out of the room. Big news today. We have a roadmap from Treyarch as to what to expect for the biggest Black Ops year begins. And it's basically the roadmap of the game and what we can anticipate. And the first thing we're going to talk about is what I've just had to roll my eyes about this. And I'm going to sound slightly negative, but I just can't help it. Nuketown 1984. Okay, so Nuketown was a actual real place, which I think was in the desert somewhere in the 1960s, where they tested nuclear warheads, and that's where the idea was created for Nuketown. And Nuketown, in my personal opinion, the original Nuketown from Black Ops, the first Black Ops, is one of the best maps we have ever had in Call of Duty. It's up there with Terminal. It's a classic, but it's been overdone now in my personal opinion. And every time we get a new Call of Duty that's made from Treyarch, it's always some scenario where the game wasn't quite where it's supposed to be. So what do they do to try and appease us? They bring back Nuketown. Now, one thing I will say from looking at this little picture here is aesthetically, this does look very good. And I'm only seeing this yellow school bus here and a tower. But what if you pay attention and if you play this map as much as I have, you will know that that bus has always looked in tip-top shape. Whereas now it looks very worn, weather-torn. It's obviously been there for a long time and it's covered in graffiti. So this place is derelict, it's been deserted, people have left their mark and just got out of there. You can see all the dust and sand building up by the side of the bus as well. So I'm assuming we're going to get a very weathered looking map, tumbleweeds flowing around and all that sort of stuff. So that will be interesting to see how it looks aesthetically, especially with the new generation of consoles on the way, and most people are going to make that transition along with the game. But it's still Nuketown, which has been regurgitated almost every Treyarch game now since well, it has, hasn't it? And I find that quite lazy in terms of the developers. Yes, it's free content, but I still feel like we need a new classic. Combine was a brilliant map on Black Ops 3. Granted, it won't necessarily work because of the lack of boost movement now, but we need a map on that level, a new raid, a new slums. We need something new now that we can say that is a future classic, instead of getting the same old. But instead of this turning into a Nuketown rant, I'm going to move forward. So we're going to get more multiplayer maps and modes. I'm hoping for more multiplayer maps. I'm thinking we all are, because at the end of the day, the blunt truth is the last few Call of Duties have been released with a lackluster amount of multiplayer maps at the start, specifically 6v6. It seems as if they're doing their absolute best to steer us away from the traditional portion of the game, which is 6v6 team deathmatch. We all these new modes that they keep throwing in, they are 0.1% sometimes of a playlist, and they die off quite quickly. Stop trying to take us away from what made Call of Duty what it is. Okay, so new weapons. We have what looks like a FAMAS to me, just from where the magazine is located. It's a French weapon, heavy, still used today by the French army and stuff, but that looks like an old school variant. I could be wrong here, but you guys let me know down in the comment section. It is a very small image at the end of the day. We've got classified Warzone experience, new zombie mode, and much more. But what's a shocker here is 2v2 gunfight is actually going to return, and I feel like they've done that to appease those of you who played that in Modern Warfare. Now, another thing that we can look forward to is the fact that we are going to have a progression system that is cohesive. That means Black Ops, Cold War, Warzone, Modern Warfare, all of those games, when you play them, they are going to rank you up. Season 1 is going to launch in December. We're going to get the Nuketown 1984 November the 24th, alongside some new guns. That looks like a striker shotgun in that guy's hand as well. So there are some nice trinkets of information here, and there are stuff that I'm actually looking forward to. But the real thing that I was really looking forward to, which apparently isn't happening until March next year now, is a new Warzone map. Now let's be honest, Warzone would have been out for 12 months next March, so it does make total sense to release the new map on the anniversary of the release of the game, so I can't really complain in that regard. But I understand it. They're going to slowly start making changes in Warzone, and that's probably what the classified experience is for Warzone, as they gradually start pulling Modern Warfare out and then pushing the Cold War era in. Now, another thing that I'm going to talk about, which is massive, but I can't talk too much about it at the moment because we don't have full information, is this new prestige system. It's supposed to be some hybridized, innovative kind of prestige system that works alongside the battle pass, because obviously the battle pass makes Activision so much money, they were never going to get rid of that. But a lot of us just thought this progression system was full of nonsense and it was lackluster. It left me definitely feeling like, whoa, I haven't really got anything to achieve here. And that's what the prestige system was all about. It was about ranking up each prestige and showing people, yes, I am someone who's put hours into this game and you should fear me from my prestige emblem, especially in the early portions of the game. And it's nice to know that they're going to try and appease us by bringing some type of new system to which is reminiscent, I should say, of the original system. So once I know more tomorrow, I will do a video tomorrow. But this badge here looks quite awesome. I've actually seen 4. I think one goes to 150, 250, 500, 1000. So they must be the levels that it goes up to, and we'll find out more tomorrow. Guys, there are many buttons you could hit, but a like and subscribe button, I hope they took your fancy. And as always guys, don't forget to stay on the right track. Peace.